Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey reporting. Despite a court order, a Rowan County clerk still will not issue marriage licenses.
A federal judge ruled yesterday Clerk Kim Davis's religious beliefs shouldn't stop her from issuing the licenses. Still, today the office turned away several couples. WKYT's Victor Puente is live in Rowan County, where people have showed up to protest Davis's decision. It's our top story at 12:30.
4 couples have been denied despite
When the doors to the county clerk's office opened this morning, David Moore and David Emerald attempted to get a marriage license. They were turned away and went to the county judge executive's office to see if he would issue a marriage license. They say he told them that he did not have the required paperwork and that the issue would have to be settled by the courts. Yesterday, a federal judge ordered that Davis's religious beliefs should not prevent her from carrying out the duties of her job. Workers in the clerk's office say she is on vacation that was scheduled now. They have told at least 4 couples, including a few from the original ACLU lawsuit, that they would not be issuing any marriage licenses. After they were turned away this morning, Moore and Emerald said they are frustrated at how this is playing out.
Cruel. These people are cruel. And this is wrong. And that's how it is. That is how it is. And that's the bottom line. She's wrong, and these people are cruel to do this to us. And that's how I feel.
Now, Davis's attorneys have already filed an appeal to the order. They told our reporter on the scene that they were the ones who advised against issuing those licenses until the appeal is resolved. Now, Davis's attorneys argue that putting her name on same-sex marriage licenses would be a violation of her religious beliefs.
Hundreds turned out to say goodbye to a war veteran. Don Kaas of Mercer County died in Lexington, but the sailor who served in Vietnam did not have a family that planned his service. As WKYT's Phil Pendleton shows us, a Lancaster funeral home did the honors instead, and an overflow crowd showed up at Camp Nelson. That story is new at 12:30.
several hundred people turned out today for a man that many did not even know, but they heard about this and they wanted to be here. Don Kaas, a veteran, a sailor who served in Vietnam, passed away last month. No one claimed his body. Therefore, Ramsey Young Funeral Home in Lancaster wanted to give him a service. More than an hour before the service began, people came rolling in. And we talked to a lot of people who said they simply heard about this, they saw it on the news, they read about it on Facebook, and they wanted to be here to show this man some respect.
But when I saw the newscast on yesterday that you reported, something within my heart just said, you have to be there for this man. You know, he has no one there. And I've had several people in my family to be honored in the military, and I just said I have to go for him.
Despite no family claiming his body, I'm told that Don Kaas did not have any shortage of friends. I'm told he was very active in his church, but he would have been a little bit shy for all this support here today. In Jessamine County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Well, a wonderful show of support for the sacrifice he made for our country, and we're told that Kaas served on several submarines during his service in Vietnam.
We're tracking the investigation into a case of vandalism. Mount Sterling police say someone spray painted several houses and fences in the Sunset Ridge area. They posted these pictures of the damage to their Facebook page. Now, if you have any information, you're asked to call police or message them through Facebook. Police have made a second arrest in what they're calling a murder-for-hire case in Clay County. Police say Thomas Miracle hired Roscoe Henson to kill Trevor Dykes. Dykes was the ex-boyfriend of Miracle's girlfriend. Police say Dykes was shot to death last month as he was headed to work. Henson is charged with murder. Miracle is charged with solicitation to commit murder.
Police have arrested a man who they say robbed a woman he was supposed to be buying tickets from. Lexington police say 20-year-old Raymond Rumser met the woman on Center Parkway to buy tickets to a concert in Laurel County. He reportedly showed a gun, demanded the woman's purse, and hit her with the weapon when she resisted. He is charged with robbery. Police have made an arrest in a Lexington robbery thanks to a victim involved. Police say Charles McGuire had a knife when he robbed the Wing Zone on Eureka Springs Drive last night. One of the workers ran after McGuire and held him until the police got there.
A sinkhole disrupted drop-offs at Frankfort High School this morning. Buses and other traffic had to be detoured to the back of the school because the sinkhole is located at the intersection in front of the building. Crews started working on repairs today. They also hope to figure out what caused it as they try to fix it.
We've got some underground, some cameras coming in to run the sewer system, some cameras coming in to run the lines to see if we can determine if there's anything out of the ordinary going on with this thing.
That intersection is expected to be open later today. A traffic alert this afternoon. A construction project on New Circle began this morning. Crews have started demolishing the Alexandria Drive bridge. The speed limit on New Circle in that area is now 45 miles an hour. Traffic will also be stopped on Alexandria Drive in 15-minute intervals.
Several Lexington buildings are coming down this afternoon to make way for something new. The Community Ventures Corporation began tearing down properties at 225, 261, and 264 Midland Avenue. The buildings will be replaced with affordable housing as well as stores and office space.
We've been working for over 10 years to begin to assemble property, and we've been working with the neighborhood to see what they would like to have as part of a revitalized neighborhood, and today kicks it off.
The properties are part of a tax increment financing district which will pay for the new development. Well, Jimmy Carter, who was the 39th President of the United States, announced that he is battling cancer.
Craig Boswell has more on the diagnosis and possible treatments Carter might have.
Former President Jimmy Carter says he and his doctors are still gathering facts about the cancer that has begun to spread. He issued a statement saying the cancer is in other parts of my body. I will be rearranging my schedule as necessary so I can undergo treatment by physicians at Emory Healthcare.
Clearly, this is devastating news for the president and his family and for the many people, particularly here in Georgia, who admire him.
The 90-year-old did not reveal exactly what kind of cancer he has or where it originated. That information will dictate what kind of treatment he receives.
In general, metastatic cancer, that is cancer that has spread, is not curable. But therapy can lengthen life and hopefully make life better by reducing symptoms.
In his most recent book, A Full Life, Carter talked about how his father, brother, and 2 sisters all died of pancreatic cancer.
He has a greater than 50 times risk of average of pancreatic cancer because he had 4 first-degree family members with this disease.
President Carter has had recent health problems. 3 months ago, he cut short a visit to Guyana for elections there due to a bad cold. And last week, he revealed he had surgery to remove a small mass from his liver. That surgery led to the discovery of his cancer. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
Now, President Obama called and spoke with President Carter and tweeted a statement saying, quote, "Michelle and I send our best wishes. Jimmy, you're as resilient as they come, and along with the rest of America, we're rooting for you."
Difficult circumstances.
That's right. Yeah. But at least he's being up front about telling people what's going on, and those treatments are out there. So, well, new research may make you want to cue up your tunes before you go under the knife.
And new evidence links a common symptom of diabetes to a precursor of dementia. Ebony Williams has the details in this Better Living report.
A new study links insulin resistance with language problems in women. Insulin resistance is one of the hallmarks of type 2 diabetes, and language problems are often a sign of cognitive decline. Researchers in Finland found the association occurred in women, but not in men. They say the difference may have to do with white matter lesions in the brain, which are more common in people with metabolic problems, such as insulin resistance, and are more common in women than men. New research shows children who eat more polyunsaturated fatty acids, found in tree nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, have more lean body mass and less belly fat. But researchers from the University of Colorado say more studies need to be done to determine if eating a diet high in polyunsaturated fatty acids actually causes the health benefits. And a review of 73 smaller studies confirms listening to music during surgery helps patients after their operations. Researchers in London found patients who listened to music significantly reduced their postoperative pain and anxiety, as well as their need for pain relievers. The music was effective even when patients were under general anesthesia. That's a look at some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
It's good to have you along on this beautiful day on WKYT News. Much more coming up. WKYT and the Kentucky Blood Center are hoping you'll join our team to help save lives right here in the Bluegrass. We'll have details about the Big Blue Blood Drive here at the station. That's coming up.
Also, the start of the school year can be a little hectic. Don't stress. Chef Allison Davis has the recipe for quick and easy dinners your family will love.
We're in the mid to upper 70s at this very moment. We'll finish off in the lower 80s today, and then we'll continue to see those temperatures climb throughout the weekend. Does that mean rain? I'll have that forecast coming to you next.